You might think that manifesting is all about programming the subconscious mind, but there are actually two levels deeper than the subconscious that can be even more powerful in governing your reality. And when you start clearing blocks on this level, it can open up even more substantial changes and the ability to call in more true wealth. When I worked on this level recently, I literally received a physical check in the post the next day. So in this video, I'm going to show you what those two levels are, and at the end, I'm going to lead you in a very powerful ceremony to help you clear blocks on these very deep levels so that you can open up to more wealth, abundance, happiness, and freedom. I've been really interested in ancestral wealth blocks for a couple of years now, and I've done various different clearings. The first one that I did was with an astrologer called Carrie Samuels. I think you can still access it. It's called The Soul of Wealth. And it really opened my mind to the fact that the blocks we have around wealth can be to do with karmic patterns and ancestral vows, contracts, imprints, and so on. Whereas previously I thought they would just belong to the subconscious mind. I also learned about how you can clear wealth blocks in the Akashic records, which is a realm where you can access past lives. But the thing that I have found the most powerful is the compassion key. I discovered this quite recently, and it's a process and a philosophy that's been developed by Edward Mannix. And it's all about how self-directed compassion can clear blocks, not just on the level of the subconscious mind, but at the very deepest, finest karmic level. I recently did a clearing with one of Edward Mannix's team called Galara V. Okay, if you want to look her up, she's absolutely amazing. It was all about ancestral wealth blocks. And we called in our ancestors, we recalled a part of ourselves that was uncomfortable when we were young, and we also accessed a strand of our DNA. And we did a lot of phrases to clear these karmic imprints around wealth. During and after the session, I felt this incredible sense of clarity and ease, and I kind of knew that something had shifted, but I wasn't really sure what. And then the next day, I literally received this check in the post, a physical check, okay? And I'd been listening to Rhonda Byrne recently talking about manifesting money, and she was saying, you know, when you start to tune into the frequency of wealth, you can literally expect to receive random, windfalls. Like you might even have a check come through the post unexpectedly. And I thought, come on, Rhonda, it's 2025. Who gets a physical check through the post? But this is what happened to me the day after that ancestral clearing. So make of that what you will, but I took it as a sign of confirmation that this work is very powerful and that it's helping me to work through my money blocks. And that's why I really wanted to share this information with you in case it can help you as well. I also want to tell you a story that I came across in a book by Jason Hickel called Less is More. This is not a book about anything to do with money or spirituality or karma or anything. It's actually about economics and planetary well-being. But it has a story about the history of the vagabond laws in England, where I'm from. And in this country, the elite were very unhappy about how peasants were actually in right relationship with the land. They did not need to work to survive or to be wealthy because they just were able to sustain themselves in a free and easy way. They had a comfortable life. They were not, under pressure to earn money so that they could live. However, the elites wanted to control people and they wanted to force them to work. But the working conditions were awful, they were brutal, and people actually rebelled against this. They did not want to be forced into labour when it was not actually necessary. So, many of them had been banished from their land, but they couldn't find work or they didn't want to work. And Henry VIII introduced a law, it was called the Vagabond Act, and it was in the middle of the 16th century. And basically, it was a statement to say that laziness, idleness, was like the root of all evil. okay? And if you were found not to be working, then you would be branded with a V. And if you were found to be not working even after that, you would be punished by death. And in this country, more than 70,000 people were hanged under this act, okay? Now, when I heard this, it made sense of the idea that some of the wounds, blocks and imprints that we have around productivity, about the need to be so productive and to work so hard, come not just from our subconscious mind, not just from today's capitalist society, but from our ancestral experiences. And it just made sense of things for me in a completely different way. Let me get back to the compassion key, because Edward Mannix explains really, really well the different levels that we're working on when we want to clear our whole being of the things that are stopping us from manifesting, from calling in the dream life that we really desire. And the first level is the most, chunky, dense level, and that's the level of our conscious thoughts. Now, I'm sure that you are fully aware of the role that your conscious thoughts have in creating your reality, in shaping your relationships with people, in conditioning your physical health, and so on. It's something that we sort of know and accept. The next level down is the level of the subconscious mind. And again, you're probably familiar with this, the idea that we pick up subconscious patterns from childhood and from society that really govern the ways that we show up in the world, the ways that we see things, and the ways that we stop ourselves from moving forward. The next level down is the level of energy. Now, I'm really familiar with this through my work as a crystal healer and my interest in shamanic energy medicine and so on. And here we're dealing with the stuck energies that come from toxic emotions or from emotional energy from the environment that get stuck in the energy centers in our body or perhaps in our electromagnetic field. So when we have unprocessed emotions, they can clog up these energy centers, cause them to get full of sludge, and it means that we can't metabolize the sort of life force energy from nature that we really need to be able to go forward and manifest. But then the deepest level, according to Edward Mannix, is even finer than energy, okay, and it's the karmic level. Karmic imprints act like images on a film. So, your soul is shining a light through this film and it's sort of projecting the movie of your life into reality. So if you have karmic imprints that are negative on this film, then you're projecting negative images into your reality. So imagine if you had the image of scarcity, imprinted into this film. You can draw abundance on top of that as much as you like, but the karmic imprint's always going to be stronger. It's always going to be more vivid. So no matter what you draw on top, the image is not going to be clear until you've erased what's underlying. And so these karmic imprints are possibly from our ancestral line, from other lifetimes where we've experienced certain things that we have the memory of very deep down in our DNA. So which level do you think it would be most powerful to clear blocks at? For me, it makes complete sense to work on this deepest, finest level as well as the others, so that layer of imagery gets cleared and we can project our light through the film strip we really, really want to project forward into our life. I'm going to be sharing with you a ceremony to help you experience clearing wealth blocks on this karmic level. But before we get into that, if you are enjoying this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. What the compassion key teaches is that we can clear blocks by sending self-compassion to the parts of ourselves that hold those blocks. And if you want to explore that work, then by all means go and do that. I highly recommend it. What I'm going to share with you now is my own interpretation, something that's inspired by the compassion key and created in my own words, okay? Let me know how it goes, But also let me know if this is something that you would like to go deeper into. You know, I really want to create experiences that resonate with you and that are going to help you and empower you. So if this is something you'd like to be guided through in a live session, then please do let me know in the comments. So I invite you to take a few minutes to settle into the present moment, and we're going to go into this clearing. Please do not do this while you are driving, because I'm going to ask you to close down your eyes. And if you can and you would like to, I recommend lighting a candle, okay? So take a moment to settle, close down your eyes, take a nice deep breath and just sigh tensions, any resistance out of your body. Take one more nice deep cleansing breath and exhale, relax and let go. And set an intention to allow your ancestors to be present. And you can invite them to warm their hands by the flame of your candle. Place your awareness in your heart center. If you want, you can place your hand on your heart and another on your belly. And then repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. I invite you to be with me now, to release all scarcity consciousness from our lineage. To heal all wounds that are binding us in a contract of lack. To forgive ourselves for all the beliefs that were passed on and inherited. To honor our connection by releasing all shared suffering. To release imprints that are blocking my soul's highest light. And then again, repeat after me the following phrases. And when you repeat these, please use the word you. Don't use the word I, just say exactly what I say. I release the belief that you weren't allowed to have it easy. I release the belief that you had to fight for everything you had. I release the belief that you had to choose between love and money. I release the belief that money was making you sick. I release the belief that scarcity was honorable and pure. I release the belief that wealth caused so much heartache. I release the belief that people resented your success. I release the belief that people would take it all away from you. I release the belief that it was such a heavy burden. I release the belief that you didn't deserve wealth. Take a nice deep breath. And now let's invite in abundance for yourself and your ancestors. Again, repeat after me out loud or in your mind. Thank you for the support of those who came before me. Thank you for helping rewrite our shared story. Thank you for helping create a new imprint of abundance. Thank you for freeing me to receive money, love, joy, and peace. Thank you for aligning these blessings with my highest good and the highest good of all. I honor you. So take another deep breath. And when you're ready, you can gently start to come back into the present moment. Wiggle your toes, your feet, move your body in any way that feels right. And you can journal anything that came up for you, journal how you feel, and then notice anything different in your energy over the next couple of days. And please do let me know. I'm so fascinated by this energetic work, and I would love to know how it landed for you. I really would. So please do let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.